Ta-da! Hello once again, everyone, and welcome back to Project Hydra. This is Season 1, Episode 7. So I got my beacon installed, and I'm all set to do a major farm project. That's right, this manual wheat farm, it's gotta go. What I decided to put in its place is going to be a mob farm. I'm going to set up a giant tower and let the mobs come down to here. We'll get bone meal, we'll get some string, we'll get some rotten flesh. Might even get some miscellaneous alchemy ingredients as well. Alright, we got the crops out. Now we just have to dismantle the sides. We can begin construction of our own mob farm. Now that we got this area all cleared out, I think we can now build the collection system and then build the farm. Okay, that ought to do it. So I got my storage system all set up. And I also made, with scaffolding, a circle perimeter of where the bottom layer is going to be. So the mobs are going to fall from up there. They're going to land in this area. And then there's going to be a kill chamber here, right above the collection system. And now all we have to do is build it. It's time-lapse time. I kind of made it get wider towards the top like a normal juice cup. I modeled it after a plastic juice cup I use at home. Something I wish was a little more smooth was the transitions between the levels in which it gets wider. But there's not really a block out there that I could use besides more light blue concrete, because all the stairs are like a cyan or a teal, like a teal prismarine texture to it, and I really wanted this smooth light blue plastic look. Later on I might add some vertical columns to make it look a little more round on its way up. Right now it's going to serve its purpose just fine in being a mob farm. So what we're going to do is we're going to make multiple platforms every 2 blocks all the way up this cylinder. And each platform will spawn mobs and will trigger water streams to push the mobs off the platforms onto this base platform here, which will funnel them all into this collection area, which I'll have lined with campfires to kill anything that comes in and collect all the goodies like the gunpowder, the string, rotten flesh, the bones, the arrows, and anything else that mobs drop. Okay, so for each layer, what I'm going to do is I'm putting a observer up top, and then beneath it I'm putting a dispenser, and then I'm going to put a bucket of water in each dispenser. And this goes for every single layer. So once we get all the way up to the top, okay, we are at the top. So for every single layer, every dispenser that activates the water bucket, the observer below it is going to detect the block update and fire the dispenser below it, causing a chain reaction that goes all the way down the tower. This way, the only input we need to have is at the very top, which I will install a etho hopper timer. It will be set to automatically turn these on and off to give the mobs ample time to spawn and then be pushed off by the water streams and then reset itself. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't to me. Let's continue. We got our etho hopper timer right here, set to 32 ticks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set some redstone here, activate it. So now all the platforms have the water on them now, and when this turns off, that should fire again and allow mobs to start spawning on the platforms. And then 30 seconds later, it switches on again, and then we push the mobs off. I think I might actually increase the timer to 60 seconds just to give the mobs more chances to spawn on the platforms. Okay, I think this should be good. Let's check our rates. See if we're getting anything already. Look in the chest. Just the items I accidentally threw in there. Got all the torches back, so that's good. All right, we'll check back on this in a couple minutes. But in the meantime, I think we're ready. I think it's finally time. All right, this looks like a good spot right here. Put that down. Strategically place it there. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Water bucket on top. I'll put these out. Perfect. See if I can't. Yeah, put up the trapdoors. That looks pretty good. Gonna place a spruce fence right on the bottom right there. And now we're gonna just spam some chickens. Perfect. And you, sir, are gonna go right there. You know what this is? That's right. Chicken on a raft. Yo, chicken on a raft. Yo, chicken on a raft. Chicken on a raft on a Monday morning. Oh, what a terrible sight to see. Dab toast forward and the dustman aft. Sitting there picking on a chicken on a raft. Yo, chicken on a raft. Okay, I'll get back to the episode. Okay, let's see if this mob farm is working at all. Still nothing. Alright. Let's check inside if there's anything wrong. Bust open the side a bit here. Hello, friend. Well, it seems to be working other than the fact that the platforms are covered in water. I think what I need to do is go in and make them all a bit wider. And I will do just that. But first, the moment you've all been waiting for. That's right, it is now finally time. I love treehouse bases. They're small, compact, easy to build, and best of all, they're easy to hide. But how exactly do you grow a fancy tree like that you can hide a base in? Sure, you can wander around the plains or the forests looking for one to climb into, but what if you wanted to make one yourself? So on today's Handicraft Corner, I'm going to be showing you how to make a fancy oak tree that you can hide an entire base in. Now, of course, oak trees naturally come in various shapes and sizes, but the one we want is this fancy version, the kind that props up and has branches. These straight ones are nice for gathering resources like wood, leaves, apples, and beehives. And that's all well and good. But if you wanted to actually live in a tree, you're going to want one of these. So how do you grow it like that? You see, growing a custom oak tree requires two things. You need an oak sapling, and you need some bone meal. Now, using bone meal on a sapling will get you a tree, but it's not going to be a fancy tree every time. Most of the time, you're going to get a tree that looks like this. That's not what we want for our base. We want something that we can live inside. So how do we influence the way the tree grows when we use bone meal on it? Well, the answer is kind of simple. All we need to do is when we place the sapling, take some building blocks and surround one block above the sapling, just like this. We kind of make a square hole one block above the sapling, just like this. That way, when we use the bone meal, the oak tree that we get is always going to be a fancy oak tree. It'll take a lot more bone meal to get the process working, but there we have it, a big fancy oak tree that's large enough that we can put our base inside of it. Now for the fun part. Now obviously the first thing we need to do is build a means of getting up into the tree. Now if you've already grown one of these smaller oak trees, you can actually harvest the resources to craft everything you need to get up there. First you'll need some planks, get yourself a crafting table, and then use the remainder of your oak to construct a ladder. You'll need a lot of ladders depending on how high your tree is. Find a shady side of your tree that faces away from wherever everyone else is. That way you can hide the ladder behind the tree. And then all you have to do is climb up, break a couple of leaf blocks, and keep adding ladders until you're at a suitable platform height. That looks good. Then just clear out a hollow area of the inside of the tree for you to put your base. I usually like to do a 3x3 area, but you can make it as small as you want. Now, we just made a hole here with the leaves, but that's okay, we can fix that later. The main important thing is to get that 3x3 area that you can actually conceal yourself inside the tree. And look at that, we just got some more resources. We got our 3x3 area, so what you want to do next is spruce up the place by adding your crafting bench, some storage, a bed, maybe a furnace or two. Something to make the whole thing feel a little more homey. I added a little lighting with a torch. We're not going for some extravagant mega build, we're just building a treehouse here. So the last step is to obviously cover this hole that we made by digging out our 3x3 area. And what we need to do is cover it up with leaves, the same leaves of the tree, which are oak leaves. Now, if we just chop up another tree, the leaves are just going to disappear. We can't actually harvest the leaves. So what we need to use are shears. Now, to get shears, we can either dig down and smelt some iron, but what if you just have these regular stone tools? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. If you're lucky enough to live next to a village, which I happen to be, we got walking iron all over the place. These guys will give you plenty of iron to make buckets, shears, iron tools, iron blocks, and they also drop poppies, so you can make red dye and other things. So they're super useful. So all you have to do is defeat them. Do you know what it was? I was using the wood axe, not the pickaxe. So if you use a pickaxe on them, then they're really easy to... Okay, I did it the hard way. Make yourself a pair of shears. Use the shears on the leaves of a nearby tree. Obviously not the one you're going to live in. And place the leaves like so. And there you have it. A nice, easy, inexpensive, and secure treehouse base that you can live in for the rest of your days and not have to worry about any sort of danger. So remember, if your friends don't find you captivating, they should at least find you crafty. Now if you excuse me, I have a nice peaceful day inside my treehouse to enjoy without any problems, any danger, or anything to worry about at all. Yep, that's right. Perfectly safe in my treehouse. What's going on in my treehouse? Ah! It's on fire! No! 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 My treehouse! My treehouse! No, my treehouse! My treehouse! No! No! Okay, that was a lot of work. It actually took me 4 or 5 tries to fix this, because every time I would go in, a creeper would explode and blow up something else. So, thankfully, Bonded Salt actually came to the rescue and helped me out a bit. Thank you very much, Bonded Salt. I appreciate it. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The time in which I stop delaying the inevitable. The grand reveal. Inside the Fando Flakes box. We interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast to bring you this live news report. This candid photo shows Blackstone leaving a positive review at Bonded Salt's Great Pyramid Shop. Why was he shopping in the shopping district? Why was he in Project Hydra to begin with? Is this the real Blackstone? What does this mean for the Project Hydra server? Why is the photo in black and white when it was clearly taken in color? Why am I standing so far back? Why am I still recording? The answer to all these questions and more at 10. We now return you to your regular scheduled broadcast. Da-da-da-da! The Fando Flakes factory door. Ta-da! You guys have been working overtime. Look at all this. All these shulker boxes. And they're absolutely filled with Fando Flakes. Look at it. It's beautiful. Every single one of these is filled to the brim with Fando Flakes, just ready to head to market. But wait, there's more! We also have Fando Flakes Berry. Look at that, berry Fando Flakes, for those fruit-flavored Fando Flakes for the whole family. Try saying that 3 times fast. And we also have Fando Flakes Light. It's 100% all-natural, GMO-free, vegan, low-carb, high-protein Fando Flakes Light. So there you have it. You got Fando Flakes Berry, and Fando Flakes Light, all ready to go to market. I'm going to take these, and we're going to bring them to the shopping district, and we're going to sell them to all our friends. So time to check our Prismarine sales. I also added 5 new barrels since last time. I'm now selling Unbreaking 3 books, Mending books, Pumpkin Pies, Golden Carrots, and name tags. So let's see how much we made from the Emporium this week. No Prismarine, no Dark Prismarine, no lanterns, no ink, that's okay. Any books? No books. 6 diamonds of pumpkin pie, that's not too bad. Any carrots? Not yet. How about name tags? Not yet? Okay. 6 diamonds this week. Well, it seems like a slow week of profits on the server for me. That's okay. That only means one thing. Time for a word from our sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by bees? Bees' nests and beehives are your sources for some of the most useful items in Minecraft. These 2 blocks are home to the absolute cutest Minecraft entity, the bee. Look at him! His big eyes and his little stinger in the back and his flappy little wings. He's so cute. Bees' nests and beehives are a reliable resource for honey and honeycomb. How does one obtain a beehive or a bee's nest? Well, I'm glad you asked. Simply find a spot where bees reside, like in an abandoned house or a tree or something, and simply use any axe to mine the beehive. There you go. Let's take another one for good measure and up. Ouch, that hurt. There's got to be a better way. Try placing a campfire underneath a bee's nest or a beehive. Make sure that your axe has silk touch, and you can take that beehive and every bee with it, and relocate those bees anywhere you want. Obtaining honey is easy. Be our guest. Honey. You can also obtain honeycomb by using shears on a bee's nest or a beehive. Honeycomb. Looking for a better way to make a decorative floor? The Beehive has you covered. Take a look at this interlocking pattern using beehives. Did you know that you can make your own bees' nests out of thin air by using trees? Neither did I. By using the correct sapling and some bone meal, there's a chance that when this tree grows up, it will have a beehive on it. Look at that! Simply amazing. Beehives and bee nests. The stinging edge in flower technology. So cute. We're all loaded up with our Fando Flakes. We're all ready to go. I'm just going to start putting them into a giant pile. That looks pretty good. Do like a covered market stall from the medieval ages kind of thing. Then people can read the books. Thank you for your interest in Fando Flakes. All of us at the Fando Flakes factory are pleased to announce that franchise opportunities are now available. So what are franchise opportunities? Well, I came up with this ingenious idea. Look at me through the glass. I came up with this ingenious idea where other agents can buy a Fando Flakes franchise. I will allow them to purchase a Fando Flakes franchise barrel to put in their shop, and they can sell Fando Flakes for whatever price they want. And all they have to do is pay me a diamond block. If they ever want their Fando Flakes franchise barrel refilled, all it'll take is 1 diamond, and I'll come around and refill it within 1 to 2 business days. Now I just have to set up a system to pay for all these, and some minor details, and I think we're good. Alright, that should do it. I got my payment barrels, my stacks done, berry flakes are done, Fando Flakes are done. Hey Danny Q. Fando Flakes Light are done. I think we're officially ready to open for business. Fando Flakes officially on sale at the roof of the Emporium. I think we might get our first customer right now. Yay, first customer! Yay! What effect did she get? Wow! I just opened it and already got my very first customer. We're off to a very successful start to this business. Hopefully, people take me up on the franchise offer. But in the meantime, I think it's time to get back to the base, and let's make sure this mob farm is still working. It sounds like it is. Yep, it's working. Because this is going to be a juice cup, what I want to do is fill the top of this with juice. So what I'm going to need is a lot more wool and a lot more carpet. Okay, got my orange carpet. Now we're just going to fill this whole top with orange. That'll be our orange juice. That looks somewhat believable. If I was looking at this from far away and I was like, what has he got there? Looks like a glass of orange juice. I'd say, yeah, it kind of looks like a glass of orange juice. Yeah, the foamy yellow bubbles over the orange liquid. I'd say it looks pretty good. And on that note, I think it's time that we wrap things up. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. This has been Fandoman on the Project Hydra server, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next one. Bye for now. Do a barrel roll.